Hey everybody, I'm gonna do a quick demo on how I transfer my drawings onto a lino surface for linocut prints. And the main ingredient here is this stuff, which is called Cira Solv. And it is a concentrated cleaner and degreaser. It makes over 22 gallons of general purpose cleaner, so it is very concentrated. From what I know, it's not toxic. It's eye and skin irritant, harmful if swallowed, and combustible. It does produce quite a strong odor, and so whenever I put it in a little jar here so that I can easily reach it, I do not dilute it in any type of water, or it's not used for cleaning purposes in this respect, in this regard. So basically it does produce a strong odor, so you do want to keep this closed at all times, aside from the time you're using it. Let's see here, the ingredients. This versatile citrus solvent is a plant-based, powerful general-purpose cleaner and degreaser that cleans tough stains while filling your home with a sweet, juicy, and delightfully efficient orange fragrance. I did not use this as a cleaner ever. I only use it for this purposes. Perhaps it's also, it also can be handy for cleaning purposes as well. All right, this is what I'm going to use for a demo. It's a printer's mark, sketch, a draft for a printer's mark that I've produced last year. And basically what it is I did a drawing, I scanned it into Photoshop, and I heightened the contrast quite a bit so that you lose all the grays. You want to have, solid blacks in there. Those will transfer the best. The key is to print it out on a laser printer, and inkjet would not work from what I know. And then I have a few supplies here, the bone folder, the little foam sponge, tape, and for the purpose of demonstration, I'm going to use just the regular battleship linoleum that's used widely here in the States. I usually use this stuff, which is Japanese lino. Basically, it works on all surfaces, on all lino surfaces that I've tried. Then you do need some type of paper towels to pick up the excess Cira Solv off the plate and off the sponge. All right, so let's get started. All right, so this is my lino plate here, and you want to put the image. I cropped this off just a little bit beforehand so it fits nicely on this. You want to put the image side down. And you don't need, when you're printing this out, you don't need to reverse the image for this, because it's going to be printed. It's going to transfer in reverse, then you carve, and when you print it, it's going to be the right side, or the way you intended it. So you want to place it on a plate and attach the printout to the plate with some masking tape. All right, so it looks something like this, and you can always sort of lift it up, apply more of this stuff if needs be. And now I put the Cira Solv into the jar here, and I'm going to use the foam brush to apply it onto the paper. Now, you don't want to have too much of the Cira Solv stuff on there. So I'm taking the excess off here, and I'm also taking some of it off on a paper towel. Okay. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? So when you're applying it, you don't want this to be on the surface. You want to lift it up. So as you can see here, I'm lifting this up, and I'm applying things. I'm applying the Cira Solv in this painterly manner on here. And once the Cira Solv touches the paper surface, it makes the paper quite transparent, so you can see your design showing through the other side. Again, you don't want to apply the Cira Solv straight from the jar. or the can, you want to take the excess off always. You do not want to have a lot of it on there, because what's going to happen is your lines are going to start to become, they're going to sort of become a little fuzzy, and the ink will start to bleed, which you don't want. So you want to put a nice even layer, not too much, not too little, and that takes a little bit of practice to get it right where you want it. All right, so my drawing, my design is getting covered, and here it is. All right, so once the whole design is covered with Cira Solv, you want to let it dry for a little bit, about 30 seconds to a minute, because you don't want to put it down right on the plate right away, because again the liquid will start to sort of spread and mess with the inks and things like that. You can kind of see it here. It starts to transfer a little bit already, but you do want to wait about 30 or 45 seconds for it to dry a little bit. And in the meantime, you can take the excess Cira Solv off this side. All right, so let's wait a few more seconds here before applying it to a plate. All right, so it's been about a minute at this point, so let's place this down. And then what you want to do is gently rub the image off from the other side. And you can see that it has started to transfer already. If I lift this up, it's getting there, but you do need, I use a bone folder to go over the lines. You don't need to put too much pressure. It can be very gentle, just so that there's a better connection and things transfer more easily. And at any point, you can lift the design up and see how well it's starting to transfer, or has transferred already. So you see some parts transferred well, some didn't, so you can just place the whole thing down and go over things again. Okay, that should be good. Maybe a little more on the owl itself. All right, see what's happening here is that I put, this part didn't dry enough, and it started to, the line starts to bleed. It takes a few tries to really get this right, but that's fine to me. I mean, I know that those blobs should not be there, and I'm fine with working with them, around them. All right, let's see how this is shaping up. All right, good. That should be where I want it. So I'm taking this off. I'm discarding this right away. You want to throw it into trash outside your studio, preferably, because Cira Solv, as I said, it does produce some odor. It's not that bad, but you don't want it. So here's my design transferred, and in about 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes or so, it will be ready for carving. And you can see that the image is here pretty crisp and pretty sharp. And the beauty of this method is that once it dries, it does not rub off. Well, it rubs off now because it's still dry, it's still wet. But once it's dry, in about 10-15 minutes, you can work around it and it's not going to rub off with your hand as you're carving it. You can take it off using mineral spirits, but you can't take it off just with, smudging it or placing your hand on top of that. So that's that. I tried this on multiple surfaces and it works fine for what I'm doing for my purposes, and it made my work, this process, much faster. I tried carbon transfer method before for years. I've been using that, and that method in Cira Solv really helped me to save some valuable time. So hope you'll find this useful, and thanks for watching. Take care.